Now is number 3 of the Pembina Valley Hawks, Janik Grenier, on this edition of the Hawks Report. Janik, let's start off with this. The game yesterday that the team had in Eastman, in Niverville, taking on the Eastman Selects. You guys ended up winning that game 2-0. How good did that win feel, building off of the good things you guys did in that 3-2 win on Sunday against Interlake?
It was definitely another high-intensity game. We definitely brought the speed, and we made our passes on the tape, which really helped us get the puck out of our zone. And I think we just overall played a good game. It was loud and positive on the bench, so that always helps the girls out on the ice. So overall, I think it was a very good game.
Yeah, good to hear. I know that, keeping the energy up is a huge thing for you guys, as the players that I've talked to before have always said that. But, just talking about it, how you guys felt that the Tuesday practice, what you guys worked on there really helped you in that 2-1, 2-0 win against the Eastman Selects.
Yeah, so like I mentioned, we had a very high-intensity game, so everything at practice was done with lots of speed, everything at high speed, game intensity level. We practiced lots of passing and shots at practice on Tuesday. And yeah, that's about what we did.
And you guys usually have a practice on Tuesday and Wednesday, obviously not getting that Wednesday practice this week due to you guys playing a game instead. How do you find that the stuff you guys worked on Tuesday is going to, translate into what you guys are going to be looking to do against Yellowhead and Westman coming up this weekend?
Yeah, so both the games this weekend will be high intensity like the game last night was. So it'll be super important that we are bringing the speed and making sure that we are making nice passes right on the tape to each other. So that's what we practiced on Tuesday to just kind of set the tone for this upcoming weekend. We're on the road again, so it'll be big to make sure our feet are going pretty quick right off the hop.
Let's dive into the past weekend of games. This past weekend when you guys played against the Avros in Winnipeg, losing that one 6-4, and then winning against Interlake 3-2. Dive into that game against the Avros, going up against the top team in the league. In that game, gave them a good test, but fell short in that game. Just talk about, the things that the Avros did a bit better than you guys in that game to get the win over you guys in that game against the Avros last Friday.
Yeah, I think our biggest problem on Friday was staying out of the box. We were just a bit too aggressive, and that costed us. And in this level of hockey, teams are going to capitalize on the power play. So it was a bit unfortunate that we weren't able to stay out of the box, but definitely we learned our lesson there. So we're hoping to stay out of the box this weekend.
Well, it seems like you guys were able to have some better success against Interlake. Of course, the last place team in the league, but anytime you're able to get a win against anyone in this league, it's always a good boost of confidence. Going up against Interlake, beating them 3-2 over the past weekend. Talk about, what you thought the team did right in that game rather than the game against the Avros.
We played a solid 60 minutes on Sunday against Interlake. I think the girls were positive on the bench. We were positive on the bench as well on Friday, but positivity was still there. And that's always nice to see. The girls were pretty happy with what we were putting out on the ice, and I'm pretty sure the coaches were too. So that's great.
Looking at your season so far this year, you've been injured for some of it. How nice is it now to be back in the swing of things, being back with the team and playing in games?
The team is like my second family, so it was really tough not being able to play hockey with them. Sitting out is always tough on a player, no matter what caliber of hockey. So it's been really great just to be back on the ice. Just playing with the girls, it's super fun, and the group of girls they're really awesome. So I'm so fortunate to play with them.
What's been the biggest focus for you, just trying to get back into the game speed of things, getting back to, playing your type of game, playing the style of game you want since you've come back from injury?
Yeah, definitely. Being an offensive defenseman, trying to get my shots through to the net is super big. The girls are really good at working the puck in front of the net. So as a defenseman, it's important that I put that puck right to the blue paint so that our girls can work their magic. And the other thing is making clean breakout passes. It's super important, just so that we can get the puck out of our zone and play in the opponent's end of the ice.
And for you personally, from a personal standpoint, just in those two games over the past weekend against the Avros and against the Lightning, how do you feel like you fared in doing those things, like generating shots on net, making those breakout passes, playing to the strengths of your game this past weekend?
I thought it was. I played two decent games. Yeah, breakout passes were good. It's always nice to play with a lot of speed. So bringing that speed, it's helpful when the girls are playing fast too. It just pushes me to be a better player and making sure that I am doing the things that I need to be doing to help the team bring success.
And then in that game against Eastman yesterday, you felt like those things in your game were also on full display. Like you felt like you had a strong game there as well.
Yeah, I do. Honestly, I think the whole team had a really great game last night. From goalie to defense to forwards, everybody was doing their jobs, do what we have to do to pull another 2 points. So I think that it wasn't only me playing my game, but everybody was playing their game.
Yeah, great to hear. And you've been with this team for 3 seasons now. This is your third season with the team, obviously, and your senior season with the Hawks. Just talk about over the years how you felt that you've been able to develop into the type of player you are at this point in your hockey career.
Yeah, so my first year, I was injured as well. So I was sitting some time out, but the girls there too were once again super encouraging and pushing each other, just to be the best that we could be as an individual and as a team. So that was really helpful, especially as a first year player. I think it's important to have a strong leadership group,
Yeah.
which we had indeed. So it was really easy to be myself, not be afraid of making mistakes, and just playing the style of game that I wanted to play. And unfortunately, last year, because of COVID, we didn't get too many games in. So it was lots of off ice training that we did. So that everything that we were doing, though, still related to the team and to hockey. So it definitely, I felt, improved the things that I'm trying to do this year. So I think that's great. And then this season, yeah, once again, out with an injury, not a big deal, back in. So just working hard. And once again, the girls are great. We're pushing each other just to be the best that we can. So it's really great.
Yeah, and always like going through injury is tough, but get to know you've had a good environment around you to lift you up and get you through it. And of course, last season with COVID, just tough on everyone not being able to play hockey. But it's great to know and see that not only you guys but the other teams in this league and many other leagues here in North America going strong this season. You guys before you play this weekend are gonna have a cardio prep workout tomorrow. Talk about what's going to be the focus in that cardio prep workout this week.
I think it'll be super important that we are doing our stretches properly to make sure that that doesn't lead into injuries for the weekend, and all of our quick movements that we're doing it with lots of speed, just because it'll almost be like a head start to the weekend if we have our feet moving on Friday instead of just getting our feet going on Saturday. So it'll be super important to do everything with the heart.
Yeah, and you guys playing against Yellowhead on the road at Shoal Lake on Saturday, playing against Westman, the Wildcats, at Hartney on Sunday. Talking about that Yellowhead Chiefs game, I know when I had Cambry on the show last week, she thought that the mental preparation heading into that game where you guys won against Yellowhead last time out 6-2 was one of the most important things. Talk about what that mental preparation is going to be like heading into Yellowhead, trying to get another 2 points against them on the road this time.
Yeah, I think mental prep, it varies between player to player. I know for me, it'll be just making sure that I'm listening to the right music on the way up because it's a long road trip. So making sure that we're not listening to, or that I'm listening to something that is going to pump me up for the game. And I think just being around the girls with positive energy is super awesome. It really helps me mental prep for my game because I just want to put it all out there to prove to the girls that, and so that all of us girls prove to the coaches that we want to be there and we want to win.
And what is Janik Grenier's music of choice to get her fired up for a hockey game?
It's a little bit of everything. I think a lot of it is like some old rock stuff, I would say. A little bit of AC/DC stuff, kind of a mix.
Yeah, great to hear you mixing it up and having all that pump up music throughout the different genres you listen to. What's going to be the focus going up against Yellowhead? Obviously, you guys beat them last time out, 6-2 win. They're going to be hungry coming in to try to avenge that loss. What's going to be the biggest game plan, the biggest focus for you guys when you step out on the ice to execute against this Chiefs team once again?
Yeah, so like I mentioned, it'll be a high intensity game, so it'll be super important that we are playing with a lot of speed. And I think that passing will be very important and getting lots of shots on net.
And then finally, that game Sunday against Westman to finish off the weekend. You guys have played them already this season. Talk about, that mindset going into that game. Is it going to be about the same as the mindset going up against Yellowhead?
Yeah, honestly, the mindset going into any game should be the same. Every team in the league, we can't take anybody for granted. So I think that everything will be the same. It'll be another high intensity game. So we'll have to make sure that we're doing the same things that we're hoping to bring to the Chiefs to Westman.
And what's the lineup situation looking like this weekend coming up? I know you guys haven't really had a chance to have a full lineup very often this season. Are there going to be some injuries again, or are we going to see a full Pembina Valley Hawks lineup this weekend?
We are going to see another full lineup for the Hawks this coming weekend, so it's super great. All the girls will be getting some ice time, so that's awesome.
Yeah, great to hear. Anytime you guys are able to get a full lineup, not only so encouraging to see everyone out there, but able to roll different lines and maybe look at some different combinations as well, getting those full lines rolling out there. Janik Grenier, number 3 senior defenseman of the Pembina Valley Hawks and the MFHL, joining this week's edition of the Hawks Report. Janik, best of luck to you and the team this weekend on the road once again against the Yellowhead Chiefs on Saturday and the Westman Wildcats on Sunday. You take care.
Thank you so much. Thank you.